$1.9 trillion stimulus, and you can't vote for it. I can't vote for it. This is the benefit of a political party winning presidency, Senate, and House, and the other side has to pay a price. But I just want to give you a couple stats here, and I'll make my case to you to small business owners and individuals. Do you know what's the highest country that pays the most minimum wage in the world? Australia. You know what it is? 1260. You know, Australia is known to be a socialist country. Do you know the next one is France at 1210, then Germany 1180, then Netherlands $11, UK, Canada, South Korea, Japan, then it's US. You know what Russia's minimum wage is? $2.40. You know what China's minimum wage is? You do not want to know China's minimum wage. By the way, Norway doesn't have a minimum wage. There's a lot of countries that don't have a minimum wage. They just trust the fact that the business owner is going to take care of the employee. And they trust the fact that the employee is going to work so hard to create high value in a marketplace that they're paying more. They don't say the government needs to come and do what they do. So if a lot of these countries in the top 5 minimum wage are higher than us, and we're about to be number one at $15, they're socialists, and now you beat all the countries around the world in minimum wage, and they're socialists. What does that make America? I don't know, but you put the two together, it is what it is. So what does the minimum wage really do? And then how does this apply to Motivation Monday? Let me get right into it. So number one, Adam and I are sitting here talking and says, Pat, I said, I feel so bad for these small business owners. He says, Pat, why do you feel so bad for a small business owner? I don't feel bad for a small business owner. He said, they know what they were doing when they got into business. That's not like it's anyone's fault. They knew they were going into business. So if they go out of business because of minimum wage, that's their fault. I said, great point. Let me make my case on why I disagree with you. He says, what is it? I said, see if you and I were to get into a fight, and it's a big fight. It's a fight. We're going to do it on YouTube. Adam Sosnick against Patrick Bet-David. Okay. Here's the rules and guidelines. It's boxing only. And let's just say, Adam, you're a better boxer than me. You're an 8, I'm a 6.5. Okay. So, as long as you take care of your body, your health, your diet, your stamina, you can last the whole, 10 rounds, 12 rounds, you're going to beat me because you're a better boxer, better defender. Great. I said, but I'm a ridiculous kickboxer. My kick is an 8. You don't even kick. You have no clue how to kick. You're a 2. I said, imagine 5 minutes before the fight starts, they say, new rule being added to the fight. We can officially have kicks in the fight. I said, who wins that fight? You do. Is that fair to you? No, it's not. That's not fair to me. I said, exactly. That's what happened to small business owners. Small business owners have to worry about improving their company, improving their product, taking care of their employees, taking care of their customers, making sure they have money, making sure they're working hard, making sure they're improving. But they can't do nothing about government laws. These government laws are a form of bullying that put small business owners out of business. So how do they put small business owners out of business? A recent study came out just a few days ago that showed if they raise minimum wage for $15, by the way, this study is by CBO, which is not Democrat or Republican. It's just they come up with the studies. Here's the reports. If they raise minimum wage to $15, 1.4 million people in America lose their job. 1.4 million people in America lose their jobs. And what does that mean if 1.4 million people lose their jobs? Here's what it means. Walmart, say I have a market. Patrick's Market. Across the street is Walmart. The only product I beat Walmart in is milk. I sell milk for $3.49. Walmart sells it for $3.59. That's my way of getting 600 customers and families that come to me because we go to PBD's or Patrick's Market because his milk is 10 cents cheaper than who? Walmart. Then all of a sudden, they announce minimum wage is $15. Who do you think can afford to pay $15 an hour minimum wage and who can't? Walmart can. I cannot. If I now have to pay $15 and I have to raise my price of my milk from $3.49 to $4.29, he can stay $3.59. How long until I go out of business? How long until my 600 customers who love me and say, Pat, I got to tell you, I love you. I love your jokes. You're funny. You're so good to us. And I find him go to Walmart and I sit in front of Walmart and I see all my customers going there. How do you think I feel? How can I win them over? I can't win them over. I can't sell it for $3.49. I have to close business. You know who celebrates? Walmart. Walmart says, bam, thank you so much for raising minimum wage. We don't even have to put these guys out of business. You're doing it for us. You're so wonderful. All the politicians in DC. We love you, right? That's basic math. I can go an hour telling you different, analogies, numbers, data for you to see, okay, that makes sense. Now, let's talk about the other side. You know, when was the last time I got paid minimum wage? I was 14 or 15 or 16 years old working for Haagen-Dazs, making ridiculous banana splits, okay, or sorbet in a sugar cone or a waffle cone or a little cup or, sundaes is what I made, right? What was the value of my PBD in a marketplace in 1994? You know what? Probably around 1993. I was probably worth $3.25 an hour or $3.75 an hour. It's probably what I was worth. Okay. Then after working at Haagen-Dazs, I get a job at Bob's Big Boy, 5.15 an hour. I was like, man, I'm making it. Then I went to Burger King and I got 40 hours a week because Bob's Big Boy wouldn't give me 40 hours a week. They only give me 20 hours a week. And then I never even thought about minimum wage. All I thought about is how to increase my market value. Look, there's a place for unemployment benefits, 100%. There's a place for, some of these protection in case something happens to you. Of course, there's a place for all of that. But leaning on that and on the government, your parents, what do you think about when a 25-year-old is still living with his parents or 30-year-old living with parents and parents are taking care of him financially? What do you call that person? So what do you call a 30, 35-year-old that's relying on the government to raise the minimum wage for them? What's the difference between the name you gave for either or? What is it? Well, no, that's different because no, there is no difference. It just means you're not increasing your value in the marketplace. Now remember, I'm not talking about disabilities. And I'm not talking about all that other stuff, although I'm also not talking about, oh, everybody has mental issues or health issues. I'm not discounting that. I get it. I know what it is to be going through challenging times, but can we use that on every single person? I understand a small percentage of America. I understand a small percentage of, but that number keeps increasing. Every time somebody's going through a tough time, saying, you don't know what I'm going through stress-wise. I'm sorry, we're all under stress. I got 3 babies, 1 on the way, family, few businesses to run, people to support, board to report to, my own health to take care of, my personal life, trying to please my family, trying to take care of them. Stress is there for all of us. Everybody has some sort of stress, some higher, some lower. But to rely on an institution, your parents, the government, to support you and rely on you increasing your wage, I don't know. I would much rather rely on my industrial, my effort, my desire to work to increase my value in the marketplace. When I go to sleep at night, I say, okay, I'm getting paid what I'm worth, and the market is going to pay me $55,000 an hour, 26 bucks, $55,000 a year, which is what, 26 bucks an hour. Market's going to pay me 50 bucks an hour, which is what, 6 figures. Market's going to pay me 100 bucks an hour, which is what, $200,000 year income. Market's going to pay me 500 bucks an hour, which is what, $1 million year income. More than 500,000 people filed their taxes last year that made over $1 million. The market pays if you and I increase the market